Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We're in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, starting at verse 16 through chapter 4, verse 3. Now, our teacher, the preacher Solomon, starts off by saying, I saw something else under the sun, under the realm of man, and where there should have been judgment, where there should have been righteousness, where there should have been justice. Instead, there's wickedness. And the reason why is because humanity is so full of sin and malice and wickedness that, we can't do anything to correct that. We might be able to correct it in ourselves, but we're not going to set the whole world straight, right? And therefore, it's best to do what God gives to us and commit ourselves to that and give the rest to God and let God worry about that. Because he in his own time, as it says in verse 17, will judge the righteous and the wicked. In his own time, God will bring about justice, and one day, eternal justice. And so, but we don't want to. We want to see if we can do it, and we try, although we very much want to change the world. And so the thing is there's a difference between godliness and the efforts of man to live under the sun. And so he talks about how God tests us to see if we're like the animals. And the truth is he tests us. He's electing those who believe in him. Those who are fools, who believe there is no God, they live like animals. Just like animals, they don't know when they're going to be healthy. They don't know when they're going to be sick. They don't know when they're going to die. And they have no control over it. But they fret and worry about it. Those who have faith, they are, as they acquire more faith, they trust God, and God gives to them comfort and peace in the midst of those challenges. And so as he says, who knows whether the spirit of man goes upward or the spirit of beast goes down? In human philosophy, they can't have an answer for this. Under the sun, there is no knowledge of this, but under heaven, by the revelation of God, the answer is yes, we do go up to heaven, right? And so as he says, I saw that, there was nothing better than for a person to enjoy their work, to see that it is valuable to God because it is their lot. Not because they're trying to change the world, but because they're being faithful to God. And then he goes on, he says, again, I looked and I saw all this oppression under the sun, and the tears of the oppressed, and the power of the oppressors, and there was no comfort. Because again, God is going to work out the change in history in his own time, no matter how we work at it. And in fact, often we just exchange one tyrant for another, one oppressive system for another because of human sin and malice. And so he says, I declared, it's better just to die, not have to live through this grief, because their strife is done, and they're, better never to see the evil deeds that are under the sun, that are here on earth. And so, as it says, we do not possess the future by what we do, or what we try to control. It's all trusting in God. Well, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.